Hello there, I'm Tom and welcome to A Newb Improves, quite possibly the most optimistically named series on YouTube. Today we are playing some more Titanfall and we're continuing on with the challenge to master the sniper rifle. I said at the end of last week's video that I was going to go and look up some hints and tips to get better at it, and that I did indeed. And then I was playing some games earlier to put those tips into practice, and I actually managed to complete the challenges that I needed to do with it, which was mainly just the I think I had to kill 50 pilots, maybe a few less. But yeah, I already completed those, so I thought I would just carry on as I was and show you what I've been doing, which is mainly just being really bad at the sniper rifle. But then I kind of knew that already. I got some good kills at the beginning of this match, I've got to admit that. But yeah, I'm still not great. I think the best match I've ever had with the sniper rifle was when I got it was 9 kills and no deaths, and then they did the servers disconnected right at the end of the match. The match was over, it was just about to go into the summary, and then it disconnected and it didn't record it, so that's forever going to be a memory of mine, and you'll just have to trust me that it did actually happen. So some of the things I found out when I was looking up tips on the sniper rifle. Number one is that it's a hit scan weapon. This is the Longbow sniper. There is actually quite a lot of the pilot weapons in Titanfall which are hit scan, which actually surprised me. For those that don't know, there is 2 different types of weapons that you can have in games. One is projectile based, which is pretty much like normal weapons. You fire the gun and then it will generate a bullet and send the bullet on its way and see if it hits anything, and if it does, then you got a hit. So that's projectile based. The second type you get in games is hit scan, which basically means it's almost like you get bullets that travel at an infinite speed. You basically pull the trigger, and if there was something in your scope at that point, then it hits. And then afterwards it works out how far away everything is and how much damage the bullet actually does. So in Titanfall you can still fire something like a hit scan pistol, and if you're too far away it won't do any damage. But yeah, that's the 2 types of weapons, and the sniper rifle is hit scan, so basically you don't need to lead the bullets. Like, you don't need to worry too much about where they're going, you just have to pull the trigger when they're right in the middle of your scope. And the sniper rifle, I think I just dodged a very lucky explosion there. I'm pretty sure they knew I was coming for them and they tried to blow me up, but I was slightly too slow. Yeah, so hit scan weapons. And the other thing is that there is no distance damage drop off on the DMR. I call it the DMR, the Longbows. It's something like the Longbow Sniper DMR or something like that, but I'll just call it the DMR for now. Yeah, there's no distance damage drop off, so if you can see someone and if you can get a hit on them, it will always do the exact same amount of damage. And that means that it will always take 2 body hits to kill someone or 1 headshot, unless you are unless you're using the suppressor like I was last time, in which case it is 3 body shots or 1 headshot and 1 other shot to kill them. And that is a nice segue into the next tip I picked up, and it was basically what I had, the conclusion that I've come to myself, and that's that you should never use the suppressor if you're going after pilots. Some people said that they used it when they was going after the minions, and that's fair enough because it's kind of, the minions are weaker anyway. But I've already finished my minion run, so I don't need to do that. Finish the minion challenge, sorry. And the advice also was to use the AOG scope instead of the 4.5 times scope, which, now that I've got the stabilizer on, it's working out a lot better for me. I've been using that today. And what else? Hip firing is less accurate, and by less accurate I mean that even if you have someone right in the middle of your screen, which would indicate that your shot's dead on target, it has a little bit of random variation. So you can't guarantee it's going to hit even if you are doing the highest amount of accuracy hip firing that you can. So it's always good to scope, even at close range, which is something I struggle with a lot, especially when I'm panicking. Is there anything else? Yes, the stim is apparently the ability of choice, and that's, they said to mix that in with the explosives pack, which gives you extra ordnance, so you get 3 grenades instead of 2, pretty much. And the stim is apparently good because it starts healing you quicker. Well, it increases your health regeneration. So if you're running away from a fight, then you not only can run away faster, but you can also regenerate your health quicker and get into a better position. And that's about all the tips I could find. And most of it was from either Reddit or from a YouTube video by FrothyOmen. I'll post the links in the description for that, for the video there. The Titanfall Reddit seems very like a very good place to talk about Titanfall, and I was actually really tempted to actually sign up for an account just so I could start talking about it with other people who play and perhaps play some matches with them. Oh, I remember this bit. Yeah, they was slightly faster than me. If you watched the last episode, you would probably remember me saying that sniper rifles in this game are most effective against other snipers. Well, spoiler alert, in this match there's a sniper on the other team and he's better than me. So yeah, not exactly the most fun match, but I did okay, I think. There are some matches which are better for sniping than others. I think this one's a fairly good one because there's lots of scenery. I got 2 hits on 2 different people. I would have got a kill if there's 2 hits on the same person. But yeah, this is a fairly good match. Boneyard, which I was on last time, is a fairly good map for sniping. Not quite accurate enough there. And the third map I play today is Angel City, which is not a very good map at all, because there's a load of flat rooftops, and basically as a sniper there's very few places to hide, which means that people can see you, like normal people using other weapons can see you before you can see them. And even if you move your position, they can still see you because it's all flat rooftops, and you've kind of got to be on the rooftop to snipe. Well, you don't have to be, but on Angel City, there's not really many other places to snipe, I guess. But yes, I had a lot of trouble getting this episode filmed because I was doing my practice matches and getting used to it and everything, and then I decided to start filming, and all of a sudden it kicked me out of the lobby I was in and into one which was a lot less suited to my skill level. I was just getting owned match after match, and so it took me a while. In fact, at that point I kind of gave up at that point and went and got something to eat and came back again a bit later. And I managed to get a couple of games recorded eventually, and then it kicked me out of the lobby again, and put me into one that I just really wasn't able to do anything in. So I then had to spend a long time, well, 2 or 3 matches really, going into lobbies and out again at the end of the match, just trying to find one that would have made a semi-decent footage, semi-decent video, because it's all very well showing you 3 matches in a row where I just die all the time, but it's just not very interesting. And I do try and keep these as interesting as possible, so that you actually have something to watch while I bore you to death with my commentary. So yes, I'm very glad I managed to actually get this recorded tonight. I'm spending a lot of time in the Titan this match. I tended to avoid the Titans when I was actually doing the Pilot Hunter challenge. Not Pilot Hunter, Top Gun challenge, that's what they call it. I also didn't use barn cards. I've got no idea how they managed to do that. Yeah, I also didn't use barn cards while I was doing the challenge because none of them would really be all that useful to me, except maybe Permanent Cloak. But I decided if I was going to get used to the sniper rifle, I would do it the hard way. Oh, smart pistols. I do still find them annoying, especially when I'm using a sniper rifle, because I can't really react to them as quickly as I could with other weapons. But yeah, so when I was doing the challenge, no barn cards, no Titans really. I did call in my Titan, but I let the Auto Titan do its thing. The Auto Titan's actually a lot more able to cope with things than before. It was getting a ton of pilot kills, and its explosion was taking out some people as well. So yeah, there's that. I decided to use my Titan in these matches though because it would be a bit more interesting, a bit more varied. And I got kind of fed up of losing matches, so especially since these ones, they were kind of difficult matches, so I thought I would give myself a bit of a break, that I'm not running around scared all the time, and I can actually use the Titan in these ones. I'm not sure that I get many kills with the sniper rifle in these games because of that, but I wasn't exactly getting many before. I was just kind of grinding out the challenge. It's just about the end of the second match. These ones were actually fairly short matches. They averaged, I think, about about 8 minutes a match instead of 10. 10 minutes a match is the average that I get, really. Very rarely get matches that are much longer than that. But yeah, these ones average out to around 8 minutes a match, so it's a bit quicker. This one wasn't too far apart score-wise. Yeah. At this point, I just decided I'm going to get straight in. I didn't see enough Titans around to actually do a whole lot of damage, so it looks like we just about made it off into space. And there we go. Yeah, so this is my sniper rifle. I am getting better. I can tell that I'm definitely getting better at the sniper rifle, and if I decided that I wanted to get really good, I'm sure I could do a ton of games and get a lot better. But I just don't find it interesting hanging back at the edge of the map, causing a whole lot of noise every time I fire, and constantly scoped up so that I am a very easy target. At the beginning of this match, I remember this bit. I don't know who threw the arc grenade, but it did give me an easy kill. So thank you to them. And yeah, this is what I mean about Angel City. See, I only just managed to get out of the line of fire there. I've got no idea how I lived through that. I've got absolutely no idea. I really do think I should have died at that point. And at this point, I know that there's two people on various rooftops, so I'm being very, very cautious. And that's one of them, and that's the other. I think, yeah, even though this match was recorded later, it still has an enemy sniper who is a lot better than me. So again, kind of a difficult match, which isn't helped by, as I keep saying, the fact that it's such a hard level to hide in. I think I was using the amped sniper rifle. The difference I found with the amped one, I'm not sure if it changes the damage or anything, but it does give you a optical scope. Basically a scope which lets you see through walls partially. I kind of missed where they went. I decided to get out because I knew that they could probably see me still, and I didn't like my odds. Kind of annoyed I didn't get that kill, to be honest. I definitely wouldn't have got the kill if I'd gone in with is it? The sniper rifle. I've said that like a dozen times today already, and I somehow managed to forget it. Got a pilot on board who somehow didn't get the message that you're supposed to go away from the smoke. So at least I managed to get that kill before I died. And now there's like a ton of... well, there's 3... yeah, there's 3 Titans, enemy Titans on the field. It's another one of those matches where it feels like they've always got Titans and we never have Titans. But I guess that just comes from fighting someone who's better than your entire team, or fighting a team who's better than your team. Yeah, see, now they've got 4. It's these matches that I started calling in my Titan to help out and getting into my Titan because when there's such a big imbalance between the amount of Titans on the field, it really does throw the match. And if I left my auto Titan running around, then that's essentially throwing the match, because the auto Titan is just a very, very poor imitation of a pilot, or a pilot in a Titan. So I really, really wanted to start killing Titans, and that's why I started bringing my Titan into the match. We have now kind of gotten the Titan situation under control. I'm guessing that they just got a load of Titans in before we did. I think this is my second Titan anyway, so I knew there was someone there, but I couldn't see exactly where. I could have got out and chased them, but I wanted to move on to the next target. I did see someone in that room there, but again, probably just a Spectre anyway. Yeah, so this match is going fairly okay. I don't think I've died all that many times. Yeah, there's not a whole lot for me to talk about at the moment, I guess. I think the Titan Punch has a lock-on. That would be very interesting if it does. Because I just aimed at the pilot and it hit the minion who was a lot closer. I got one of them. I wanted to get in between them and possibly take out 2 of them, but I didn't quite manage that. It was a small gap anyway. Ooh. That's a very good way to deal with a sniper sneaking up on you. I didn't quite have the line of sight. I should have switched to my auto pistol, definitely there. It wasn't any good. It's the epilogue anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It didn't count as a death, I don't think. Just waiting for my team to finish off the last of them. And I may as well finish wrapping up. Thank you very much for watching. It means a lot to me. If you could please leave a like, that would just make me so happy, given how long I spent recording today and how frustrated I got with it. It would just kind of make it worth it. If you want to see Titanfall every Wednesday and Dota every Saturday, please subscribe and get it regularly into your feed. And if you've got any suggestions, just leave a comment. Suggestions for the channel, or suggestions for games to play, or suggestions as to some things I could be doing differently in Titanfall. And anyway, here's the kill to death ratio. It's 1.0. It's really bounced all over the place in the last 10 games, but hopefully I will be able to switch. In fact, I'm doing the auto pistol next week, so I don't know, hopefully I'll be able to get a few more kills with that and bump my KD back up. And until next time, don't feed the trolls.